Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Conquest here on the channel. This is episode 67 being recorded on April 5th, 2025. See, the scenario is a little bit different. Me, SMGFrenzy, your host, with our co-host, Assassin, who is on the move.
Oh, yes, I'm on the move from Florida to Georgia, so a little bit of a weird setup this time.
Yep, we get it done still. We get it done. But this week we got a decent amount of stuff to talk about in both esports and general news, but we're still going to keep to our format of keeping episodes around half an hour or less. So we're going to get right into it with the COD roster mania. We see that the Vegas Falcons have made a massive change, adding Pred, Ares, and Priesta to their roster. I think we talked about this rumor last week. Angel saw it, I think, when we were closing off the podcast last week, and I guess the rumor was right. Pred, Ares, and Priesta is not a bad team. Maybe Falcons can actually win games now. I mean, what do you think about it?
They gave up on the Saudi experiment. At this point, it's weird that the only esport that they're not good in is COD. Every other esport is not even. It's like probably top tier, and I don't know. The Saudi experiment didn't work well. Only one player stayed, and he's probably the one that was the best out of the four.
Yep.
So, I kind of saw this. I don't think this. The roster's not that good either way. They're not great, but they're not terrible. So, they'll eventually win. It just takes some time.
Mm-hmm.
But we did talk about it at the end of the podcast, where we kind of like teased the roster.
Yeah.
But they fully confirmed it like maybe 2 hours after. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, they just gave up on the Saudi experiment, but it's all good.
I mean, they still have one Saudi player on the team, but that really is it.
I was hoping they would get rid of it after the second tournament, but I guess not.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
It's
man,
okay.
that is just what it is. But just to move on from that, we also have Fellow and Johnny joining Gentlemates, who've also made a roster change. I'm not surprised. I mean, it makes sense that teams are making roster changes because the qualifiers for Major 3 did start, yesterday, and they're still going on now. Curious to see.
The team just didn't click well. They were gonna make changes eventually. They just chose the two best players at the moment on the roster.
Yeah.
In the challenger scene. So we'll see how they look this weekend.
Yep.
They haven't played yet, so I can't really give info on that.
Yep.
But they should be more fundamental due to the players they got picked up.
Yeah.
So we'll see once they play an actual match if they show any sign improvements or any aspect of hope.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and that's really it on the COD side, besides the fact that the Vegas Falcons have just won their very first hardpoint.
Might not surprise.
I mean, not. I mean, they were 0-28, including yesterday, and they finally took one hardpoint against Miami Heretics, so things are happening. Things are happening.
They were gonna eventually. All those players are. They're all world champions.
Yeah, exactly.
Players, and then their coach is a world champion too. So it doesn't really. You would hope they improve some way. How?
Yep. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's it on the COD side. We move over to Marvel Rivals, who have now added the Marvel champion Emma Frost to their roster. They revealed her outfit design, her first skin line, and of course, they revealed her abilities. She looks like a really good tank. Tank's not the term they use in this game, but basically that's the role. A really good tank character. And Rivals apparently also will be adding now new heroes every month, which I think is kind of crazy, but if they're able to keep it up, they can keep it up. But Marvel Rivals has not slowed down on their hype train that they've built ever since last fall. Yeah. appears we're having some slight technical difficulties on Angel's side. But until he reconnects, we're going to continue on from that and move over to the Nintendo Switch during Nintendo's event the past week, where the Switch 2 was officially announced, and the cost for the Switch 2 was announced for United States prices, where the Switch 2 will cost $449.99, essentially $450, and digital games will cost $80, with physical games costing $90. This is currently the highest we've seen in the gaming industry, and it's just a bit unfortunate, especially $80 for a digital game. Also, due to the recent, we're not going to get into the political aspects of this, but due to the tariffs that is going on between the United States and the rest of the world, Nintendo did announce that they will be delaying pre-orders for the Switch 2, and that the Switch 2's price may, of course, now be reassessed because of these tariffs. So I wouldn't be surprised if we now get a $500 plus Switch, which is really unfortunate, but that is just the state of the world that we live in at the moment. To move on to other topics, we also have T1 announcing their world skins for their world championship that they won last year. We have Zeus who has chosen Gnar. We have Owner who has chosen Vi. Faker chose Yone. Gumayusi chose Varus. And Karya chose Pyke. These all largely make sense. These are, of course, champions that they did play during Worlds last year. Again, Faker not necessarily going to get an Ahri skin because he got his Prestige Ahri skin. That was just for him. But yeah, all makes sense largely. Seems we lost Angel, but we're going to continue on at the moment. Alright, and we got Angel back, so we're going to double back a little bit on some of the topics. We're going to go back to the Switch 2, which I mentioned before has announced a price of $449.99, essentially $450, and that digital games will cost $80, and that the physical cost for physical games will cost $90, but also that they have canceled pre-orders for the United States because of the current tariffs that are going on, because they're now probably going to reassess how much the Switch will now cost with the additional tariff prices on, because this Switch is a Nintendo device being imported from Japan. So I was saying I think the Switch will probably now go up to $500 probably, which I already think the $450 for a handheld device is already expensive, but Nintendo fans will buy their devices, I suppose. But what do you think?
I think it's fugazi. I mean, I don't think it would be that high because of the tariff price. I mean, 450 is still a lot.
Yeah.
But it is a lot improved from the first one. So, but is it enough? Do the improvements that much make a difference in the pricing?
I don't think so.
So, I mean, I would say it should go up at least 100 or 150 more, but not like.
Mm-hmm.
What were the originals going for? Like 200?
The OG Switch, I think, was 400. Let me check, actually. How much did the Switch cost at launch?
I thought it was free something.
It was 300, actually. Yeah, the OG Switch released at $300.
So it's going up, what, $200 more, and then it's probably going to go up more because of the tariff problem?
Yeah, I think it's legitimately way overpriced at the moment. They're gonna probably have to drop the price if people also don't buy it in droves as they're expecting, is the thing.
I think this will be a flop, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Just due to the pricing.
Okay.
I mean, I do see what they did to improvement. It's like they're all good improvements, right? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just the price tag that comes with it. It's pretty diabolical, and especially with the games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. We won't even know how much it's fully going to cost until the tariff pricing is added on.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it is absurd for how much is going just based off a regular without the tariff thing going up.
Precisely.
But I mean, we'll see.
Just so damn expensive. And also, just the fact that games are going to be $80 on the Switch. I don't think there's a game worth $80 on the Switch.
I don't think it should be $80. Not even, or I mean, 40, 50 I think is perfect, but I don't even think 50.
Hey, games are just going to keep going up. My concern is that if the Switch is going to start charging 80 for digital and 90 for physical, that PlayStation and Xbox are going to do the same thing now.
I mean, they already go to 70.
Yeah, but now they're going to be like, oh, if they can get away with 80, then we can get away with 80.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's only a matter of time until they officially release the Switch.
Yeah. I'm just personally not a fan. I'm just concerned what this will do for the gaming industry, especially for the next generation of consoles after this. Because if they're charging $450 for a handheld device, imagine how much they will charge for a full-on console of the PS6 and then whatever the new Xbox will be called. But we'll see. We'll see. And then to cap out our esports topic, we have G2 Esports announced they will be forming a football team in the German Kings League. This will be the first esports team to be actually like not just partnering with a football team, but creating a football team. So G2FF, FT. I mean, this will be something. I mean, what do you think about this esports going to traditional sports?
I mean, we're not. I'm not surprised. I mean, you got to think with how the esports scene is now. With how so many orgs collab with big brands and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It was a matter of time until this started happening.
yeah,
Sooner or later, I mean, some football clubs do own esports teams,
yeah.
so it just made sense. It just made sense to see something like this happen. And I expected out of everybody to do it would be G2. For
Okay.
some reason, they have more of like a well represented name over there in Europe.
Yeah.
So I'm not even surprised, but I'm actually excited to see what collaboration uniforms and stuff they're gonna release and what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
It's
it should
cool
be
though.
very fun.
I mean, not surprised. We see the collabs with esports teams and with big brands. So sooner or later, we're gonna get to where we're at now with it. So,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
Yeah, it should be very quite fun to watch.
Yeah, very.
Yep. And then to continue onwards to general news, Beyond the Spider-Verse in the past week released their announcement date for when the movie will be releasing. To the dismay of basically everybody, unfortunately, this film will be coming out on June 4th of 2027. So we have essentially 2 years we have to wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse, which in fact was supposed to release about a week ago this year. So
It was
fun
actually
times.
supposed to get released last year.
Last year, and then it was delayed to
Remember?
like March this year, and now it's got pushed to June of 2027.
It's because there's rumors about the Miles Morales character being voice actor being recasted.
Mm.
I think that's why they delayed it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Well,
guessing they have to
there's.
redo his audios and stuff.
Well, you also have to remember, like, there was also the strike that happened last year, so there was like basically no animation work on the film.
Yeah. Yes, and then obviously I think they're gonna release it. I think during a time where there's no big Marvel movies
Mm-hmm.
for that year, because everything big is gonna happen next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Since Doom is happening next year,
Yeah.
and then obviously they just announced a new Spider-Man movie called Brand New Guy, right? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, actually, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about that now. The new Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is coming out
Oh,
on July 31st of next year. And of course, this will be Tom Holland's fourth film. This will probably be Tom Holland's most traditional, like, Spider-Man film, because no tech suits, no Avengers. Well, presumably up until like the end of the movie, because this is supposed to be taking place in the same time as Doomsday. But like this will be like he sews his own Spider-Man suit. He's fighting local crime. He doesn't have an MJ or anything. It's just Spider-Man kind of starting fresh, which is kind of nice.
which is a good way I mean, that's a good way how they went that way to do that because it just gives them more leeway to release more movies like with them.
Yeah.
This, I mean, I don't think this will be the last movie he makes as Spider-Man.
Probably not. No.
I think they'll give him another two, and then I think they'll probably focus on the live action Miles Morales one after.
Probably, yeah, because you have the new Spider-Man, new Tom Holland's new Spider-Man movie next year, the last of the Spider-Verse the year after that, and then I guess we'll see where they decide to take the Spider-Man character.
We'll definitely we'll have more answers once the second Avengers, Secret Wars one comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Where that goes. But, yeah, I mean they announced the release dates for those movies.
Hmm.
Yeah, we were kind of expecting the Spider-Man movie to come out like during that um, the Doom movie.
Yeah,
Just so they could find a way to tie it into what's going on.
that seems to be the case.
What's expected to come out first?
Doomsday comes out first.
So I'm guessing his movie's gonna take place while everything else is happening.
I assume so. Yeah.
And since he's gonna remember everything or everybody, he's gonna go try to help him. And I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's only a matter of time until we'll start getting these trailers more later throughout the year.
Yeah.
Especially with Doomsday. Obviously, Fantastic Four is gonna reveal some stuff. Obviously, Galactus is obviously a key important. I mean, the Fantastic Four movie is gonna be the pivotal point of the next couple of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And from the way it looks like they're going back to their old ways, the old style of how good the originals were.
Yeah.
So pretty much, like I said, the Fantastic Four movie is going to be really important because it'll be the stepping stone of the new era of Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
So once that movie comes out, we'll have more answers about the other movies and where people are going to play a role in.
Yep. No, exactly. Spot on. But that's really it on the Spider-Man announcements. We also have the Warner Brothers announced that they will have new theatrical animated films for the Flintstones, Looney Tunes, and Tom and Jerry. So all three franchises will now be getting new animated movies, which I think is kind of nice. They've kind of been, all three franchises have been kind of on the back burner for a while.
I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that they're gonna do this. It was just I think it was probably a long time coming, especially the Flintstone one.
Yep.
Because they've done Tom and Jerry a lot recently.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's good. At least we'll see what new ideas they got, especially with. I mean, we'll see.
Yep. And then to cap off with general news, Disney released the trailer for Tron Ares in the past 3 hours. This trailer has now reached over 1 million views already. It seems that the hype for this movie is in fact real, because it's been since 2010, so 15 years since the very last Tron movie. So apparently there's still an appetite for it, and I'm excited, personally.
Are you surprised they took this long to make a second movie?
I am, because Tron Legacy had decent success, and they were always planning to do a Tron 3. Like, they talked about doing a Tron 3 since 2012. They were just struggling to find, like, who would direct it, who would script write, who would be the lead actor, and they were going back and forth for the past 15 years over this, which was really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, so I just hope like the animation is good as the first one, or even better.
Exactly.
Because we've known CGI and animation has gone downhill over time, which doesn't make sense.
Yep.
But I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, to think that we're getting another one, and then obviously we might even get a third one. Just depending on how the second one does.
Well, this is the third one.
I mean, the hype for the movie is there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do release a third one, even if the second one doesn't do good.
I mean, this is the third one, because there's Tron, which came out in the 80s, Tron Legacy that came out in 2010, and this is Tron Ares. This is the third one. You heard me?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then, I mean,
Yeah,
they
I hear you.
also,
Gotcha.
they opened a Tron roller coaster in Florida 3 years ago, which is like one of their most popular rides. It's like there is clearly still an audience for Tron.
I mean, I think I've seen the movie twice.
I've watched Legacy like
It
10
looks good.
times, bro. It's gorgeous.
Will this movie will be released in theaters, or will this be like a Disney only?
Theaters in October this year. I will be in theaters.
I'm
No one's
guessing-
stopping me.
You're gonna be there?
I will be there. I've been waiting for this for 15 years.
Okay.
I was 9 when the first one came out, man.
I mean, that's a generational gap right there, dude. 15 years.
Legitimately.
Yeah. I mean, what else? The Minecraft movie came out.
Oh,
I actually went to go watch it.
okay. Give us your quick review because we are hitting about 30 minutes.
Okay. The movie is not as bad as it looked.
You sure about that?
It's not. It's decent. Like you can watch it. It's like watchable. If that's even a fucking word.
No,
It's
it is.
goofy. But I still think they should have done it like the animated YouTube style movie. Like, you know how the YouTubers make them?
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been a better fit with the voice act. I mean, the voice actors were fine. Like, the actors are fine. It just would have been better if they were animated and, like, I don't know. But it's cool, though. I mean, it wasn't as bad as, you know, we anticipated it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's not as bad. And it had a bunch of Easter eggs.
Okay.
But it's not a movie I'll watch again.
Got it.
But you should definitely go get a watch, or wait until it's stupid cheap, or when it's, or bootleg it offline, or no one's watching it in theaters.
I guess, yeah.
But yeah, it was decent. It wasn't as terrible as we thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my review on it.
Okay. Well, I still have no interest in going to watch this movie. I will sit at home and wait for it to release on some sort of platform. Maybe watch it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody, but I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
But the stuff that the movies releasing for it, like the popcorn buckets and cups,
Mm-hmm.
they're fire. I'll tell you that. I have 2 souvenir things,
Mm-hmm.
so it's pretty badass. So I'll give them that.
Okay.
You can't really mess up Minecraft stuff like that. So.
I guess not, honestly. But yeah. Well, I guess that's that. Do you want to close this out, or do you want me to close this out?
I'll try to close it out.
Okay.
What I say? Oh, thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's a janky setup this time, but we never miss, no matter what. So dedication is real. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when we upload.
Mm-hmm.
Be on the lookout for some videos on the way. Schedule's gotten really busy, so there won't be. There's some videos still being worked on. But hopefully, I can get those out. Hopefully by the next week, or at least sometime next week.
Yep.
Yeah, I got nothing much to say besides we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.